Today is Wednesday. We made it to the middle of the week already.
Woo.
Woohoo! This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. Good morning. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
I hope you're doing well today. Here it is, the middle of the week. And boy, this time of year is a great time of year because there's so many things going on in the Wayne County area, all over the place, but especially here in Wayne County.
That's true.
Lots
Very
of stuff.
true.
Coming up this
fall
Sunday.
time.
Yeah,
What's
we'll
coming
tell you
up this
about
Sunday?
what's coming up this Sunday. You know, we talked about this. We had the guys on for the Battle of the Bands, the Battle of the Big Bands. That's coming up at ECU, East Carolina University, this Sunday, November 8th, and it starts at 3 p.m. Tickets are only $15 unless you're a student at ECU or you're a high school student somewhere or you're even younger. Then it's free. You get to go in. And the whole idea of this is to raise money for scholarships for the music, for kids to be able to get into the music department there at ECU. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that they're trying to do. And this is the Emerald City Big Band out of Pitt County and our very own Starlight Dance Band here in Goldsboro. And these two big bands will be going at each other in a fun time. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. And I love big band music. A lot of people here do. There's a big audience, a big contingency of big band lovers, big band music lovers here in Wayne County. So this thing is going to be on November 8th, that is this Sunday, and it begins at 3 p.m. Downstroke at 3 p.m., which means the doors will probably open around 2 o'clock. So if you enjoy big band music, here you go. 252, here's a phone number, 252 is the area code, 328-4788, or you can go online to ecuarts.com, ecuarts.com to get more information. All right?
All right.
All right.
All right.
Boogie. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Christmas parade's coming up in about a month.
Yeah, Christmas parade is, the tradition continues the first Saturday of December, so December 5th at 4 p.m. I cannot believe we're already talking about it. 4 p.m.
I know.
It is wild. So we will be in downtown Goldsboro. If you are watching this and you are part of a church or organization or a group and you want to be a part of the parade, we want you to be. We've got all the parade information and guidelines on the Chamber's website, and there are dates that we need your information in by certain times because there is a lot of orchestration that goes behind the scenes.
2, 3, 4.
There is, yeah, I wish it were that easy. But I think last year there were 118 entries, and you've got Laura Landers is the mastermind behind the events of the Chamber.
Yeah.
And the Chamber took over the Christmas parade. This will be our 3rd year. The JCs did it for years. The Chamber took over 3 years ago. And the work that goes behind the scenes is just making sure everybody's lined up in the right order. And then the day of, we have young professionals and other volunteers that come out. They mark all the lines. She works with the city to get the route lined up and all of that orchestrated, make sure everything goes by smoothly. And it is a lot of work. So the sooner we can get the applications in, the better off we are from a standing point. But it is a great time, and we are very much hoping for good weather. So shout out to Laura Landers, who orchestrates a lot of events for the Chamber and in the community, and does so. She makes it look easy. She makes it look easy, just like that. Can you not snap?
Yeah, I can crackle and pop, but I don't snap too well. I don't snap real well. You know, I used to snap, but I don't snap.
You don't
much
snap anymore.
No, I had to practice. But let me tell you something. I have seen the map, and you talk about an orchestrated event. It's amazing to me how well organized the Christmas parade is. Our Chamber has done an amazing job putting all this together. They just picked up the ball and ran with it 3 years ago with the Christmas parade, and that was why for the last couple of years it's been so successful, and this year will be no different, I promise. I'm serious.
We want your applications, and if you're not part of a float or walking in the parade or in a band or something, bring your families and come out.
And if you are a float.
If you are a float.
I thought I heard did I hear a whistle? A ding or something?
A ding.
Oh, a ding. I did hear a ding. Okay. I did hear a ding.
You did hear a ding.
I heard a ding, and I'm not used to that particular ding. Ding dong, yes, but not dings. Today is the 4th. Today is King Tut Day. A day, for some reason, to remember King Tutankhamun, the boy king, for some reason. and Steve Martin, King Tut.
That's
You
pretty
never
good.
heard that song, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did?
I actually have heard that, yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's
Did you
pretty
really?
good.
Okay, man. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, King Tut Day. Enough of that. We got to go on to our interview now, and that's up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. We'll be back. Our guest today is Amanda Pliler, and Amanda's with the Department of Social Services here in Wayne County. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you for being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Now, according to my information, you are an MSW. What in the world is that?
That is someone who's earned their master's in social work.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes, sir.
See, I'm not thinking here. Masters in Social Work, and we've got a big event coming up. First of all, how long have you been with the county?
Been with the county almost 8 years.
And how long have you been in social services?
That will be almost 4.
Okay, good. What do you do for the Department of Social Services?
I am the adoption supervisor.
Ah, that's why we're here today.
It is.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. The information you gave me is that November is National Adoption Month.
Yes, sir.
Now, there may be some people who don't understand that process. Now, why is adopting children important? Aren't they put somewhere and they're just put away and people don't think about them and life goes on? What's the problem?
Unfortunately, we have a lot of children who come into custody, and if for some reason those children are unable to come home and go back to their parents, they need to establish permanence. They need somebody to call mom, dad. They need a family. So we try to look at relatives. We look at the foster parents who have had them in their homes, and sometimes those things don't work out. And so we need families who are willing to adopt children from custody, which involves children who have been through a lot of trauma in their lives.
Many times we have had Dr. Stephen Peters from Cherry Hospital on with us here, and we talk about a multitude of things, including the fact that a child abandoned or a child without a permanent home, it doesn't take very long at all for this to have a major negative impact on a child.
Yes, sir.
And that, who knows what will happen to this child if that child's not accepted in a home with discipline and with a regimen. Who knows where that child will end up?
That's correct.
One day. You never know. A child has to have that.
Yes, sir.
The most formative years of a child's life is in the first year. And then as they grow, of course, they need that figure, that parenting figure.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you have a number of children in Wayne County who need adopting, who are up for adoption?
In Wayne County, we currently have between 10 and 15 children who are legally clear for adoption.
Right this minute?
Right now. Now, some of them are in adoptive placements and working towards adoption with those families, and some are not. Some children linger in the system because as they get older, obviously, it gets harder to find that home, and that's one of the things the state is pushing right now is adopting older youth and teens because there is a great need for families who will take in a teenager.
So a lot of people who want to adopt a child will readily adopt a baby. They're looking for a baby, an infant.
Yes, sir.
And the older child, 10, 15 years of age, they kind of get left out.
Yes.
So what happens to them?
Unfortunately, a lot of times we see children who age out of foster care, who don't have a family to attach to, they don't have a support to be able to go to when they need something, and to encourage them to move on to bigger and better things in their lives.
That's not good, is it?
No.
That's not good. They all need a home. So there's going to be an event called Celebration of Adoption.
Yes.
November is National Adoption Month.
Yes.
And Wayne County Department of Social Services and Children's Home Society of North Carolina partnering up to present a celebration of adoption.
Yes.
Now this is coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
It is. It's very quick. It'll be next Saturday, November the 7th.
November 7th. And where will this be taking place?
We will be celebrating at Herman Park, at the little house in Herman Park.
Oh, okay.
And we will be there from 11 to 1.
Okay, and for anyone who's not familiar with that location, You see it at the beginning of each program that we do here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. That's that little yellow house out near the tennis courts, right?
Yes, sir. Right
Okay.
behind the fountain.
Right behind the fountain, the lady there with the fountain. Okay, so that's November 7th, and it starts at 11 a.m. and goes to 1 o'clock, as you said. But what are we going to be doing there? What's going on?
Well, our goal between ourselves and Children's Home Society, as well as the Center for Child and Family Health, who does post-adoption services in the area, will be presenting information. We will have booths set up. We'll have information to hand out and be talking to families about what it means to adopt, what the needs are of the children, how they go through that process and become an adoptive parent. And we also are lucky enough each year we're able to get someone who has recently gone through an adoption from a child in custody, and she will be speaking for us this year.
Wow. How do we do here in Wayne County? Are we pretty receptive to adopting children, or do we need a little help?
We need a little help.
We need help. We need more of this, don't we?
Yes, sir.
We need people to step forward, people who are looking for an addition to their home, and people who are looking for an addition to their home who would gladly take in a child and raise that child.
Yes, sir.
Now, once a child is adopted, once everything is agreed to, is that a permanent thing?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Adoption is essentially you become the parent as if you were there in the hospital room when the child was born.
All right. And even if that child's already 10 years old or 15 years of age, that is a done deal.
Yes, sir.
And most people understand this is a responsibility that is for the rest of their lives.
Yes, you're making a commitment. The commitment doesn't end when the child turns 18. When you adopt a child, it's just like your own child. If they go off to college and need to come home for the holidays, that's where that child's coming to.
That's right. That's right. It's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
It is a wonderful thing, and many people adopt children and are happy they do so. But now there's quite a process to go through for this.
There is.
Quite a process.
In the state of North Carolina, they require adoptive parents to be licensed to adopt a child from foster care.
You have to have a license?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Because essentially the child that's in your home is still a foster child until the time the adoption is final. And
Okay.
so you have to go through the process of becoming a licensed foster parent in order to make sure everything is clear, and
Okay.
we make sure the parents are prepared to care for these children and make sure the children are in a home that's a good fit for them.
I see. So you just don't go in cold turkey. It's advisable, I would think, to first of all set up as a foster child,
Yes.
become a foster home, and then you just kind of work out any kind of problems there may be, if there's any problems.
Correct.
You work that out, and then you get to know each other a little better.
Many times it is the foster parent who's had a child who ends up adopting those children because they've already established a bond.
Yeah.
The child feels comfortable and safe in the home, and the family is safe and comfortable with the child.
Yeah. Do you work with the foster homes at all?
We do. The staff that I work with, we also do the licensing for our foster homes for Wayne County.
Okay.
We do not have very many foster homes in Wayne County. That is a great need. We will have applications for those who are interested while we're at the event on Saturday.
All right.
So often we have to go to outside agencies like Children's Home Society.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I don't know why I thought we had a lot of foster homes here in Wayne County. That's disappointing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It makes it, we prefer to keep, when children come into custody, you want them to stay in a home-like setting, and you want them to be in their home community and be familiar. They're already being taken away from their parents. You would love for them to be able to stay in their school district, have their friends, and unfortunately with the smaller number of homes that are available in Wayne County, through our own agency and through private agencies, these children they can end up hours away in order to find a placement for them to go.
That's sad. I can almost imagine that some people are almost afraid. They'd like to do it, but they're afraid of what they might be getting into. They may be hesitant to become a foster parent.
Yes, sir.
Because they're afraid that either they won't like the child or the child may be a problem child.
Yes, sir.
But I'm sure you look into that. Don't you vet the child?
Yeah, preferably when we're looking for a placement, unless you get those emergency calls where something really bad has happened and that child has to move out of their home or a previous foster home very quickly. You go through a process, and you would like to find a family that fits the child and a child that fits that family. You don't want to put them in a situation where they're just as uncomfortable as they were in their own setting at that time.
And of course, there's a huge background check done on the foster parent.
Oh yes, foster parents and adoptive parents go through local criminal checks. If they've lived in another state, we have to check those states. We check the Child Protective Services records, as well as those parents have to be fingerprinted and get clearance from the FBI.
Which is exactly what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
You want to do that. You want to clear all the air. You want to clear the air and make sure everything is right before you take in an take in a foster child,
Yes.
and then possibly even adopt that child.
Yes, sir.
So, if someone wanted to become a foster parent, foster home, is there a process they go through, and what do they do? Call you or?
Yes,
what?
sir. They would call the agency and ask to speak to the licensing social worker.
Okay.
And she would go through and explain the process to them, tell them what's needed, what the steps are, what's required of foster parents, and then send them out an application.
Okay.
Once they complete that, they would return that to us, and then we contact them when we get ready to start what's called MAP, and that is the Model Approach to Parenting, and it is the training classes for foster parents. They are 10 weeks long, and we try to do them twice a year.
Okay. Once someone decides they want to become a foster parent, how long does it take? I know the 10 weeks is involved, but beyond that, how much
Right.
longer?
I would say on average it's probably about a 6-month process. It can take longer depending on the individuals that we're working with and whether or not they can get everything they need to do completed. And just this past year we had a vacancy, so that took a little more time for us to get some of the things done. But you have to go through those background checks, and they can take up to 6 weeks for the fingerprints. Parents have to have physicals and home inspections, and so those take time.
It does, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure everything is right. And
Yes, sir.
parents, potential foster parents, want everything to be right
Yes, sir.
because it's a major responsibility they're undertaking.
It is.
All right. Well, Amanda Pliler, we have your phone number at the bottom of the screen now. All right. And anyone who has any questions can call that number, right?
Yes, sir.
Or even better yet, they can show up out at Herman Park at that little house on November 7th between 11 and 2 for a celebration of adoption.
11 and 1.
Right? I meant 11 and 1. I just want to make sure you were listening. Okay? Okay. All right. Is there anything, have we covered it all? Do we need to cover anything else?
I think that's everything, but just aside from all the information, we're going to have lots of fun. There's going to be activities and snacks.
What are we going to be doing?
We will have coloring stations,
Oh, boy.
guessing games, face painting,
Ooh.
hot dogs, popcorn. Yes, it's going to be lots of fun.
Hot dogs and popcorn.
Yes, sir.
There you go. That'll draw a bunch of people. That'll draw a bunch of people. Okay, that's Saturday, November 7th at Herman Park, 11 until 1. And if you have any questions, call that number at the bottom of the screen. And Amanda Pliler of an MSW for Wayne County Department of Social Services, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Mr.
I
Wayne.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television, in the heart of Goldsboro, in the heart of Wayne County.
Here's a quick reminder about this Friday. I do hope you plan on attending the Shriners Fish Fry this Friday. This is the fish fry that was rained out back in October. I believe it was October 2nd. They had to reschedule it, and it is this Friday. It's only $8 a plate, and if you would, please give a little more than that, $10. They can certainly use the money. Besides that, the money raised from this fish fry goes directly to the Shriners Children's Hospitals. There's so many of them in the country, and many Wayne County residents have been to that hospital, children being treated at these hospitals. This is such an important effort by the Shriners. And I'll invite you and ask you to come to the Shriners Fish Fry. I know I'll be there twice, in fact.
Twice.
Once in the morning from 11 till 2, and then again in the afternoon from 4 till 7 p.m. at 2 locations. Eat in or drive through at Herman Park Center, or in Mount Olive, right across from Mount Olive Center, right across from the Roses and Food Lion store across the street there on Highway 55 next to Robert's Machine Shop. All right, from 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. I hope to see you there. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. I love it. I love fish. I love to eat fish. I'll put it that way. How's that? Let's see now. Well, this is October. This is November. We got a scholarship pageant coming up. Miss Goldsboro.
Ooh.
Ooh, a scholarship pageant. Who will be crowned is the next question, the next Miss Goldsboro and Miss Goldsboro Outstanding Teen. Who will be crowned?
November 14th, so that's Saturday. Very nice.
That's right. Saturday
around the
week.
corner.
Right around the corner. Saturday week at 7 p.m. Find out at the annual Miss Goldsboro Scholarship Pageant who will be crowned. You can go to GoldsboroParamount.com for information, or you can call the office there at 919-583-8432. 583-8432.
That's great. The scholarship money that these young women receive only go for their education. So, for example, and I'll say ECU, since we were just covering the Battle of the Big Bands at ECU, if a student goes to ECU and they receive a $500 or $1,500 scholarship, the young woman doesn't get presented that through the scholarship program. An invoice from the school is provided to the scholarship. They pay the school directly. So the money that is raised to support these young women and obtaining their education and furthering their education is going just for that. It's going for education. So
sure makes
there's
it
been
easy.
a lot of great Miss Goldsboros over the years, and I don't know how many years it's been around. It's been around a long
Has been around
time,
a
and
long
it is a
time.
preliminary to Miss North Carolina, which is a Miss America preliminary. So
That's right.
whoever wins Miss Goldsboro will go to represent your community in North Carolina at Miss North Carolina.
And we have been very fortunate here lately, which is no surprise because we have some very lovely young ladies here in Wayne County.
And talented.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
And that's many times what wins a contest for them is the talent.
Yep.
So there you go. So who will be crowned? You'll find out on November 14th. Miss Goldsboro, Miss Goldsboro Outstanding Teen. And then there's more. If you're into Shakespeare comedy, forsooth, I haveth your playeth right hereeth. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa-with. Midsummer Night's Dream, a very funny comedy by Mr. Shakespeare himself, Billy, as we like to call him. Midsummer Night's Dream is Shakespeare's most popular comedy, performed every year by dozens of theater companies all over the world. Reserved seating are $15 to $18 each and available at the Paramount. The Midsummer Night's Dream presented to you by Stage Struck Theater.
Yeah.
Stage Struck.
Stage struck.
Stage Struck.
Stage struck. Not all communities have community theaters for young children all the way up to young adults. And Wayne County has one, and it is the finest local program I've ever seen. We've been the past couple of years to the season performances, and I am blown away by the set production, by the playbills that they have where they've sold ads in businesses, the choice program, and the kids. These kids in it are incredible.
They are.
They're incredible.
Talent.
And it's they're doing wonderful things in our community for these young people, and the parents are involved. I mean, you see the parents are selling the snacks up front, and they're passing around the playbill. They're all involved in it. It's a really, really important part of our community because that's usually the first taste that young people get to go into the arts. And we've got some people that are native of Wayne County that have grown up in that program, and they are in New York now.
That's right.
And they always talk about their time at Stage Struck.
That's right.
Kate McMillan.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever heard her sing, but she's pretty amazing.
She's
pretty amazing, and she is doing some big stuff.
We're very proud.
Yes.
And the Stage Struck it's a children's theater. Stage Struck will be again November 20th, 21st, and 22nd, and I believe that's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yes.
Which means usually that it's a 7 p.m. and 7 p.m. and 3 p.m. performance times, curtain time. And for more information, again, go to GoldsboroParamount.com.
Great.
Or call the Paramount Theater at 919-583-8432. Now.
Easy enough, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Don't forget the 14th of November, the Run for the Fallen out at Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. You want to know more information about that, I'll have a phone number for you tomorrow.
Today is not the day.
Well, today's not the day for the phone number. Well, you wouldn't remember it anyway. Go on. Okay. Okay, we did that. We've got the Wayne County Veterans and Community Job Fair. The Veterans Job Fair will be taking place at the Wayne County Public Library at 1001 East Ash Street in Goldsboro on November 12th. That's the day after Veterans Day.
That's right.
That's a Thursday, November 12th. And if you're a veteran Take all your necessary information. That'll be an ID card or a driver's license, your resume, your DD-214, your security clearance credentials if you have them, and career readiness certificate, dress for success, have an introduction. Hi, my name is Steve McQueen. I don't know. Hi, my name is, well, you know what to do. Anyway, leave the children at home and go and just and apply. Industries represented will include the customer service industry, the education, construction, distribution, processing, public safety, retail sales, training, transportation, warehousing, manufacturing, and a whole bunch more stuff there. So anyway, from 1 till 2 o'clock, veterans only. From 1 to 2 o'clock, veterans only. And if you're not a veteran, then the community can go and apply from 2 until 4 at this job fair on November 12th at the Wayne County Public Library. Okay?
It's a wonderful opportunity. Go to ncworks.com and you can see what opportunities are available right now in Wayne County, be it part-time, full-time, and you can upload your resume there. So kudos for them hosting this great event.
That is exactly right. I will also mention that that particular week, next week, is Hire the Vet week. So we'll remind you to hire the vet that particular week, okay? Okay, we're over here somehow. I keep hitting this thing here, you know.
Quit hitting it.
No, it just goes away.
Stop it.
Anyway, you understand. So we got to go.
We do.
So we got to go. We'll be back on Thursday. I hope you're able to join us at that time. Hope you've enjoyed today's program. And if you haven't enjoyed today's program, that's tough.
Give us another try tomorrow.
Yeah, try again tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, we'll be here tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. The show repeats at noon, then again at 5:30 p.m. So, until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kate Daniels.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.